Joe Baker with Trade Pilot Pro, doing your daily market report as well as the S&P 500 futures pivots. We'll get to the futures pivots in a moment. I just want to point out the market structure as I see it. We have these price channels, these price boxes, commonly known as the Darvas box. And if I move this line here, you can see we had a price channel in this area. We broke out, we broadened formation here. I always remember the broadening formations are very bearish. So we had kind of a broadening formation here, made a higher high, lower low, came in here and took out this 1372.75. Now again, folks, these are long range areas. So what does the market do? The market slices down, proves itself to the downside, comes right back up, right to the tick, folks, right to the tick at 1375, and rolls right over. Gets down into this other price channel in here, okay, hits the bottom of the price channel, comes up to the top of the price channel, and now worked its way back down 2/3 of the way, worked itself back up, couldn't take it out, and here's where the forks come into play. We have, again, we have been showing you this down fork here and this up fork here, and they've been switching back and forth over these past few days trying to decide what this market wants to do. You can see that we're clearly in this new fork range here, and this range is from so say 1292, 1291 and a quarter, 1292 area down to the 1234, 1232 area. Now that's this channel. We are still holding barely this channel here. This is this upward channel, and this is our advanced moving average, and you can see how it changes colors, and the market is literally sitting on top of it. Well, if we come back up here where the market was sitting on top of it here and it sliced down, we saw what happened. Market was sitting on top of it here and sliced down, we saw what happened up here. So again, this area is very, very crucial. It's the same 1256 I mentioned last week. What I have noticed is there is some divergence on this run up. As we see, very similar levels, some pretty major divergence. So we went up and we didn't go up with the same amount of force, volume, and velocity that we should have, and that's where the divergence came in, and that's why this market has rolled to where it is. So again, I repeat, that 1256 area is a very important area. We did break it and we tested the 1253 area on Friday, and that did hold. So I'm looking for that to be retested and hopefully hold again, for those of you that are long. For those of you that are short, obviously a takeout of 1256 and a takeout of 1253, we would most likely shoot right down to the 1240 area. But that's getting into the daily pivot. So again, on the structure itself, we're kind of in no man's land. It's a very hard call at this point whether we're going to get back up into this trading range or continue down. Hopefully Monday will tell the story. I'm going to get over to the pivots for you folks that do trade the S&Ps intraday, and hold 1 second. Okay, folks, here we are with the daily pivots. My line in the sand is 1258.50. We have a pivot above at 1263.50. And what I mean by pivots, I'm talking about areas of resistance, areas of support that the market may trade against and need a few shots to get through. That's what I mean by pivots. For those of you that don't understand what I mean by pivots, I'm trying to find areas and identify areas of support and resistance for you folks that do trade these areas, so you know when to take profits and you know where to fade. Again, we have a breakout upside at 1267.75. We have a small, I wouldn't call it a small pivot, it's actually kind of rather important one, at 1269.50. That's where the market actually broke on Friday and cascaded down. So that 1269.50 is a fairly important level. 1274 is a big area of resistance as well as the 1278.50. These are all pretty large areas of resistance coming into this upside target. So we'd need to get some good economic news or some really positive market market information in order to get up here, I believe. The 1280.50 is the ultimate target with the extension of 1283.50. Now to the downside, we have 1254.75, a pivot, not a very strong one, at 1248.75. 1244.50 is a little bit stronger than the 1248. However, our ultimate target is the 1241.50 with an extension of 1238. Again, these levels are 1258.50, my line in the sand. Anything higher, I'm looking for higher levels. I'm looking for 1263.50, 1267.75, 1269.50, 1274, 1278.50, 1280.50 target, 1283 extension. To the downside, 1254.75, 1248.75, 1244.50, and 1241.50 ultimate target with a breakdown extension of 1238. Again, folks, I caution you on these markets, just like you saw when the 1269 was broken on Friday, how fast and furious the market did fall. We were short that in the market on our trading room. In fact, I was actually running the room at that time, and I said a breakdown below the 1269, we are looking to get short. And we called it all the way down, every area of level and support and resistance and ultimate target. Now the 1253 where it ultimately got to was an extension. Most of us got out much earlier at the 1256 area, and some even got out before that due to retracements. But ultimately it was a great call, and it did fall rather fast and furious. So I do expect it to be retested before any capital is brought in this market. So be careful on Monday. Don't be too anxious to get into the trade because you haven't traded all weekend. And that's about it, folks. I will get back to you on Monday night and tell you what I'm seeing then. Take care.